Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, we about to get into somebody's business. Yes, we are. Good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift. Good evening to my international family. What's up to everybody watching behind the scenes on TikTok? If you are new to the Pisces Tarot experience, go ahead and drop a star in the chat. If you are a returning friend, go ahead and put a fish in the chat. We want to be able to recognize our new and our returning guests. So good morning, and welcome. Today's agenda consists of a brief energy cleanse, which is a brief meditation and sound bowl cleansing, followed by some divine insights. And today, this consists of a divine download, okay? Then we'll get into the overall energy reading, which covers some insights and observations, followed by the tarot card reading. And then we'll bookmark everything with closing thoughts on how we think that this situation may end. Now, listen, some of y'all have been up all night. Some of y'all have been tossing and turning, now having a good quality sleep. I'm one of them. Some of you may have also been at work all night, dealing with people and their funky energy. Some of you are just getting started with your day. No matter where you are, I want to welcome you. Welcome. I want you to find those scrub brushes, toothbrushes, vacuums, wig brushes, whatever your favorite cleaning supply is. I want you to find that emoji and drop it in the chat, because it is time for us to get ready to put ourselves into a position of receiving. It doesn't matter what I have to tell you. If you're not in a place to receive the message, then it's a moot point, all right? So go ahead and find your favorite cleansing emojis. I like the scrub daddy. So go ahead and drop down the little, whatever your cleaning supply is, and we'll go ahead and get into this reading. All right, here we go. Now, before we move forward, it's important to just take a minute to level set and ground ourselves. And the simplest way of doing this is by cleansing our energy through breath work and sound. We want to take in some deep breaths and hold it and release it very slowly, okay? With each inhale, we want to be able to invite clarity and balance. And with each exhale, we want to release any tension or distractions. And we want to do this 3 times, all right? So, here we go. Listen, y'all, it does something to me every single time. All right, now let's clear up any remaining stagnant energy and reset by bringing us one into alignment with presence. We're going to do this with the help of our girl Boo Boo over here. Okay, here we go. Divine Spirit, I call upon you and ask you for your guidance and your wisdom during this reading. Please surround me with your light and your love. Help me to receive clear and accurate messages. May this reading bring insight and clarity, most of all, understanding for all of those who are involved for their highest good and for the harm of none. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen, 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 and amen. All right, y'all, listen, if y'all ready for some fun, safe, honest interaction, as a reminder, this is a safe space. Your honesty and your transparency is appreciated. Listen, we have all been a fool in love before, and baby, today just may be your turn, all right? Ain't nobody judging you. We all been there before, boo. Ain't nobody judging you, not at all. We are listening, though. All right, if y'all ready for an engaging and dynamic time and y'all ready to get into this reading, I want you to put in the chat your favorite food to cook. Your favorite food to cook. All right? Listen, I like scrambled eggs, and I feel like Spirit is about to cook up something. So if I were you, I would put in the scrambled eggs, but you can pick whatever emoji you want. All right? Here we go, y'all. We finna get into it. Let's go. Now, each day before I do a reading, I always take a minute to reflect upon the immediate energies that Spirit is showing me, whether it be through divine messages or earworms. And today, I am receiving the download of Spirit saying, relax, relax. And as I was preparing to go live this morning, I was meditating on what it meant by relaxing. And Spirit said, sometimes we take ourselves way too serious, expecting perfection the first time around, as if all of us have been here before, as if all of us have been in these same situations before. Listen, folks, let me say this as plain and simple as I possibly can. We are all spiritual beings inside a physical body having a human experience. We have never been on this day at this time ever before in life. Everything that we present ourselves to is a first time experience. You're not going to get it right 100% of the time. And we have to relax and allow ourselves to make mistakes, to make errors, but also to integrate our past experiences, which builds wisdom, and integrate that with the things that we're knowledgeable about, okay? But do not expect perfection. And what Spirit is saying is that so many times we expect for it to be 100% of the time, and we don't allow ourselves grace. We don't allow ourselves compassion. We don't allow ourselves empathy. Okay, we don't know how to stop and feel. We just know how to go through and process. And Spirit is saying that that's unrealistic. Okay, that is very much so unrealistic. We need to relax sometimes. No, things are not going to be perfect. You're not going to have the perfect relationship. You're not going to have the perfect partner. There is no such thing as the perfect time. There are certain conditions that make things favorable, but perfection is never going to exist. Yet for some reason in our minds, we have our life fixated on this perfect scenario that doesn't exist. And Spirit says today, relax, take it easy, enjoy the process that you're on, enjoy your journey, but stop putting all that pressure on yourself to be right, to be whole, to be this, to be that. Even though we are whole beings, that's not what I'm saying at all. You are whole as you are today. But my point in saying all of this, you are perfect as you are today, right now, as you are. You are never going to be more perfect than what you are right now. You are never going to be more prepared than what you are right now. There is no, get that ideal perfection out of your head. Okay. Spirit is saying nobody's ever going to be ready, right? You know, you have people who say, oh, for example, I'm going to have kids when I get the perfect job and I have the perfect house and I have the perfect spot. There is no such thing as perfection. You either do it scared and you learn along the way like everybody else, or you're going to keep waiting for the opportune time and it's never going to come. What you define as being opportune is not the same as divine timing. Get that? Divine timing may or may not have you feeling as prepared as you could and you should. So what you gonna do? You gonna tell spirit no? I ain't ready, spirit. Spirit said relax and take it easy. All right? So I don't know who this is for, but if you feel like spirit is coming through and having a message for you, I want you to go ahead and put those tea kettles in the chat, tea kettles in the chat, tea kettles in the chat, because the tea is coming in hot. All right? And if y'all ready to get into it, here we go. Here we go. Now, when understanding energy, it's important to know that spirit talks to us in abundant of ways. Sometimes it's through signs, synchronicities, wonders, coincidences, conversations, numbers, repetitive themes. It could be any of those things, right? But spirit does speak to us, and it's up to us to listen and to receive, which is why busyness is not always a good thing, because sometimes you're too busy, you over talk yourself, you overthink, you know, all of those different things, right? And those can impede and hinder how you receive divine guidance and divine messages, okay? So today, the overall energy reading for today is what? What's the overall energy reading for today, spirit? In perfect harmony. Ironically, this is the number 11, okay? In perfect harmony, all right? So this is about you relaxing. Wanting things to come together in perfect harmony, as I was just saying with the download today, and understanding there is no such thing as perfect anything. When you look back over your life in reverse, which is what we all do, when we look back over our journey, when we look back over our life, we look back in reverse. And when you look back at the time that you were going through it, it didn't feel like everything was coming together as an aggregate in perfect harmony. But when you look back, you have the perfect tune to your life. But while you're going through it, it is crazy. It is scary. It is frightening. You have every reason to feel all of those different types of ways about what's happening to you. But when you relax and trust and release the need to control and just surrender and put yourself in a space of allowing and know that what will be, it will always be in perfect harmony. The fact that we have the number 11, this is about two souls coming together. Two souls coming together, new opportunities, new beginnings. Okay, new opportunities. Whose spirit is coming through this morning hot? If y'all picking up what he putting down this morning, go ahead and put your ear in the chat. Just go ahead and put the ear in the chat. Why is this card there? Not listening to the ancestors. All right. All right, spirit, what is the soul truth that we need to hear right now for our soul's journey? Give yourself some grace. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. If you just heard me say that, I want you to put the bell in the chat. If you just heard me say that during my download today of what spirit is saying about releasing and surrendering, I want you just to put the bell in the chat, because I want you to know that spirit is here. He's communicating. Stop romanticizing a version of perfection that doesn't exist. Your happiness is right here, right now. Your happiness is as close to heaven as you're going to get right here, right now. That's not saying that heaven doesn't exist somewhere else and none of those things. So I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you can enjoy heaven on earth. It's all in your vibration. It's all in your perception. And let's be honest, so many of us are around negative people all day long. All they do is live in hell. All they do is live in hell. They speak in hell. They live in hell. They manifest in hell because like attracts like. But when you find yourself being happy and trusting and being at peace, you can't even tolerate being in the same conversations with folks no more because you ain't there. You're elevating up here and they elevating down here and y'all wondering why y'all missing each other. I ain't got nothing else to say about that. All right, because I'll go on a tangent. All right, here we go. Guides of the hidden realms. What messages do you have today? Emergence of protection. This is about boundaries, self-preservation, trusting in divine protection. Listen. Spirit is coming through. Spirit is coming through. What has Spirit blocked you from being able to do that you were upset about? That he's saying, no, it was not the right time at that point. Sometimes opportunities don't present itself because you ain't ready for it. In your mind, you are, but in your heart and in your soul, you're not. I want you to write that down in the chat. What is an opportunity that you deemed an opportunity that Spirit has blocked you from? It's not with malice. It's out of love. All right, what messages do you have for us today, Spirit? All right. Soulmate. Didn't I just tell y'all that with the imperfect harmony, this is about two souls becoming one? We got soulmate. I am the one who trusts. Listen, if it is coming together this morning, I want you to put the fire down, put the fire emoji down in the chat. Allow me, divine beloved, to trust that the perfect person has already been selected. I'm right. I am in the right place at the right time. We shall meet. For you know every true desire of my heart. May I only wish for what you wish for me. Soulmate, I am the one who trusts. Well, listen, where we going with this, Spirit? What is a sign that this reading may be for you? What is a sign that this reading may be for you? Spirit is cooking. I don't know where we going with this, but he cooking. Cooking. All right, here we go. Lightning. If you're seeing a lot of lightning, okay, this is about disruption. Okay, disruption. Being comfortable with less than ideal situations and circumstances. Knowing that sometimes plans change. There is no such thing as a perfect path on a perfect day. We have ideas about what the perfect day consists of. But if we be honest and we ask 100 people what the perfect day is, everybody's going to say different things. Some people like hot weather. Some people like cool weather. Some people like rain. Some people like snow. It varies. It varies. Ooh, child. Now listen, as we start to get into more personal insights and shift our energy to the potential parties that are involved, please remember to focus on what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Okay? Stop trying to make your big old feet fit into a size 5 shoe, knowing you wear a 10. If it ain't your business, don't make it be. All right, y'all. So let's get into these insights. Here we go. Ooh, spirit coming through this morning strong. All right, here we go. What is a cosmic insight? Liar. Be careful. Someone is sneaky. You dealing with a liar? If you feel like your person is a liar or has been lying to you, go ahead and put the Pinocchio in the chat. The Pinocchio, the little lion. Some of you guys wonder why I always do my sound effects. It's because I'm going to do them anyway. Even when I send text messages, I would GIF you out just so you can understand what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, someone is dealing with a liar. Okay? All right, now. What is the energy here? I just hear Gucci Man saying, but Susie is a liar. I need help. Okay. Happiness came out again, y'all. Happiness comes from a fulfilled heart and harmonious relationships. So this is about you being happy. This is about you being happy. This is the second time happiness has come out today. And as you just saw, this card just went flying across this table. Okay? Your happiness is on the chopping block. Ooh, Spirit just said you over here believing lies, chasing perfection. You'd rather for somebody to lie to you than to tell you the truth because you're looking for perfection that don't exist. Ooh, whose business is this morning? Wishful thinking. Celebrate. You are being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. Okay, so you're being encouraged to celebrate your wins. Also, that ties into being present, going with the flow, not taking yourself as serious, and know when you are accomplishing things. Like, we live in a society that has hyper-focused, putting highlights and the glam on Instagram and on Facebook and whatever social media platforms that you display your life on, even LinkedIn or TikTok. And the reality is all those lowlights equate to those highlights. You can't have the highlights without the lowlights. Okay? You just can't. You can't have the good times without the bad times. So it's important that you learn how to celebrate and be present and take this all in. There's something being released from this. And the reason why I bring that up is because on the Perfect Harmony card, we got the music notes, and here we got the celebration sound. Okay? You'll start to release something that's going to be very cathartic for you once you start to let go. Okay? This is about you releasing and letting go. The blues fell out. Scared, heavy emotions, mental distress. The blues. Okay? I literally just talked about releasing and something being cathartic. Letting go. Again, chasing perfection. You rather believe a lie than follow the truth. And let me just add, the truth don't need no proof. The truth don't need no proof. Either it is or it isn't. And a lot of times people like to have you living your life in the shade of gray because it's a lack of accountability. It's ambiguous and they don't have to be responsible for what you don't understand. But the truth don't need no proof. The truth is clear. The truth will always resonate. But so many people like to live their lives in that gray area because that's where the lies can live. It don't require proof. Either it lines up or it don't. Either it match or it don't. Either it makes sense or it don't. It's that simple. All these cars want to come flying over this morning. All right, here we go. Divorce, breaking a contract. Okay, somebody is breaking up with somebody, breaking a contract. It could also be a soulmate connection with somebody, all right, or a perceived contract with somebody. We've talked so much about people with these twin flame things and how people just always assign, you know, somebody a twin flame. That ain't how that works. You don't get more than one. It's only one. And if they was a real twin flame, you will know. We'll have to do a whole life class on that later. But yeah, somebody is definitely breaking a contract with somebody. And sometimes, let me say this, sometimes soulmate connections are so robust that people do spin the block and come back to them. So just because they didn't work the first time doesn't mean that they're not ready to work the second time. I personally am not a huge proponent of spinning a block, but that doesn't mean it cannot work for you. I'm just in a space in my life where I've accepted that when things don't go well the first time, it's for a reason. And no matter how attracted I am to you, doesn't mean I need to take you back and go back and do all of that. Like, once I'm done, I'm done, and I'm leaving that door closed. That's just me. But that doesn't mean that that has to work for you, okay? So, but I did need to say that, all right? Fighting, trust issues, one-sided and detached. So you and your person may be fighting a lot right now because they are a liar. Because they're living in that shade of gray. So we have one person who is here who is needing to let go and learn how to trust, focus on their happiness, focus on their own accomplishments. And you got somebody else who is just not giving you what they need to be giving you. Okay? What is the true emotion here? Why is this card here? Tolerating abuse. Any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well. I don't know where this card just came from, but this ties into what we were just talking about. So I'm going to keep it, okay? Somebody is abusing you. They're physically, mentally, emotionally, possibly financially, but most of all, they're spiritually abusive. Okay? You don't have to tolerate that. Okay? You don't have to live your life in fear. Reckless love, sex fell out for the true emotion. Okay? This may be a high passionate relationship that's full of reckless sex and love. But when you really look at the whole fulfillment of the relationship, it's empty. What is the true crime here? Not justice falling out. All right. What's the true crime here? Motel, hotel. So there may be some infidelity here with a third party person, and this person is taking this person over to the hotel motel. All right. A lot of things are going down at the hotel motel. I keep hearing Holiday Inn specifically. I keep hearing the song Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn. Say what? If your man starts acting up. Or if your girl, whatever the song is. Curtis Blow. All right. I told y'all I got my own sound effects in my mind. I don't need no additives, but I just do it for fun because it is what it is. All right. What's the yin and the yang here? Present, attracting, gratitude, abundance, proactively, tranquility, and success. So this is about you living in the present. Living in the present. All right? Living in the present. Being grateful. Y'all, this is crazy. The energy feels very pulled. Very pulled. All right. Y'all start dropping those zodiac signs in the chat. Start putting your zodiac signs in the chat while we figure out whose business we finna get into. Person A. Person A. I feel like you're dealing with the blues. You're scared. You're dealing with heavy emotions and mental distress. I feel like Spirit is telling you that you need to focus on your happiness. You need to focus on being present in the moment. All right. You have fulfillment in you. Be grateful for those things that you have and the things that you don't have. Celebrate your life a little bit more. Stop focusing on what you feel life should be. I feel like there's a lot of comparison, and therefore you're accepting and tolerating a lot of abuse and things that you don't need to, just for the sake of creating this image and having this life that you feel is perfect. Okay? You're chasing waterfalls when you should stick to the rivers that you used to. All right. Person B is a liar. Okay. There's a lot of fighting. There's trust issues. They're one-sided, very detached. Okay. They're breaking the contract. If you're married to this person, this could be grounds for divorce because of their lying. But I do feel like they're having a lot of reckless sex with another person, and they end up at the hotel motel a lot. All right. At least they ain't bringing the person to your house, but that ain't the point. All right. If y'all ready to get into this reading, I want to see those zodiac signs, zodiac signs, zodiac signs. Because, baby, let's figure out whose business we finna get into. Now, remember, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So don't overlook a message without considering your placements. I could be talking all about you and you don't even know it just because you talking about, we ain't talking about Gemini. That's just your sun sign. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Who is person A in all of this? Who is person A in all of this? Listen, I don't know what y'all going through, but y'all been coming up a lot this week. If you are a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, let me see those water signs in the chat. Water signs in the chat. You are coming in as a death card. Upright. This is about endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis of a cycle. If that is not everything that we've been talking about for you, person A, I don't know who is, but water signs, put your water signs in the chat. Water signs. If you or your person is a water sign, drop those water signs in the chat. Person B. Person B. Oh boy. Person B. Drum roll, please. Y'all already know what I'm about to say, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Where are all my earth signs? Okay, can you go ahead and put in the chat earth signs? If you or your person is an earth sign, put the earth sign in the chat. You're coming in as the devil in reverse, releasing limiting beliefs, exploring dark thoughts, detachment, freedom, restoring control, resentment, and a lack of will. If that is not a summation of everything that we talked about for person B, I don't know what is. All right. Now, listen, if you want to be a cross watcher, just continue to listen. Just continue to listen. All right. Just continue to listen. Again, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Now, if y'all ready to get into this and figure out what shenanigans we about to get into, I want you to find those magnifying glasses. Put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Listen, baby, we listen. We don't judge, okay? But we sure finna zoom in and we sure finna get all up in your business. Talk about you like a dog to your face. We ain't judging. Today, your turn. Tomorrow might be mine. You never know. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. All right, y'all. Spirit, what is going on with my water and my earth signs? Why is that girl over there talking? Ain't nobody talking to her. All right. What is going on with my water and my earth signs? I don't know what it is about water and earth signs and why we keep attracting each other. I know that earth needs water for growth, right? I know that earth can absorb water. But water and earth can also make mud, okay? So, what is going on here? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Your current energy is coming in right now as the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay? Six of Swords in reverse. Baby, you've been holding on to this for so long that this person don't even think that you were ever going to be able to let it go. Okay? This person is so accustomed to you accepting them for their shenanigans and taking them back over and over again that they don't think that you have the willpower to let them go. Baby, you're in mental distress because you are allowing this person to constantly and chronically disrespect you, belittle you, make you feel inferior. Okay? This person is always doing things to you that are unacceptable and they're abusive. They gaslight you. They're breadcrumbing you. They're manipulating you. They're dominating your thoughts. And instead of you responding and choosing to put yourself first, you opt to operate from a sense of helplessness, as if you can't go on with your life, as if you can't do better, and as if you can't find better. And this is triggering to you, right? Because you also are trying to overcome your insecurities of feeling like you can't do better. And the thing is, Spirit is telling you, release this and let go. This is about your happiness. You so worried about what other people gonna say and what other people gonna think that you would rather stay in a situation that's unhealthy and toxic to you. So you're in a place right now where Spirit is trying to get you to come into accepting this fateful end and transitioning into the beautiful things that Spirit has for you, but you are hesitant about leaving this thing behind. You just won't leave it alone. And the question is why? The question is, why won't you leave this alone? If you know that Spirit has been showing you that it's time for you to leave this relationship alone and you've been afraid of leaving it alone, I want you to go ahead and put the sad face emoji in the chat. Put the sad face emoji in the chat. If you know that Spirit has been telling you that it's time for you to leave this situation alone, it's time for you to abandon ship, and you have been afraid to walk away from this person for whatever reason, I want you to put the sad face emoji in the chat. Person B, these Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. And I know they are Taurus. No, I'm just playing. Leave these Taurus alone for y'all have my funeral. All right. Psst. Listen. Person B. They sick and tired of the nagging. They sick and tired of the complaining. They sick and tired of the fighting. They're sick and tired. Okay? They're ready for this to be over. All right? We know that they lying. We know that. Everybody knows that they lying. Every time they open up their mouth, you just know you being invited to a lie. Yep. Their lying is so advanced that every time they open up their mouth, this incites an argument. This incites trust issues. For example, this person could tell you that they going to the gas station and you're not going to believe it. You're going to be like, well, I want to go to the gas station too. You understand? I got to go to work. Well, let me drive you to work. The question being, are you going to work the job with them? Or are you just gonna wait for them to come out the building? Because they could be in the workhouse telling you that they at work, and they could be doing unforeseen things in the closet at work. You know, people do things like that, you know. Okay? So, the nagging, the chronic complaining is escalating. And for this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they are detaching themselves. At this point, it's just like, you know what? If you're going to continue to believe that I am cheating, then I am going to go cheat. If you're going to continue to believe that I'm out here doing something wrong on social media, then I am. At this point, they're just like, uno out. But let's be clear. This Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is not innocent. They have facilitated this narrative. You didn't just come up with these thoughts out of the clear blue sky, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They have facilitated and perpetuated this lack of trust. Okay? This distrust that's here is because they kept doing things that incited you to have that lack of trust for them. So here we are. Here we are. And at the end of the day, the relationship is suffering because of who they are and what they continuously do. It's not because they put in any effort or energy into fixing this. So if you are coming in as person B and or you could relate to person B, and you getting sick and tired of being fussed at, fighting and doing all this other stuff. You just angry all the time and belligerent. Go ahead and put the little angry cussing face in the chat. All right, now what is favorable about this situation? What is favorable about this connection at all? What is favorable about this connection is that it does give you passion. It does give you excitement. It does give you enthusiasm. The benefit is that it does bring joy. It brings friendship. It brings laughter. And it can at times offer peace. However, those moments are short-lived. Those moments are very much so short-lived. It's like you get to this person, y'all have a good time, everything is all good, and then all of a sudden they start doing things that trigger you in ways that start the suspicion. You could be sitting there and the phone go off because they got an email and you over there like, who is this? Baby, that's just my email going off.
You ain't lying.
But because there's such a distrust here, this always incites an argument. And this is no way to live. Okay, this is no way to live, all right? Are you getting confused by the joyful times and the reckless times, the arguments? Are you allowing all of the, how do I say this? You've become so good at functioning in the chaos and in the dysfunction that you've allowed the negative times to outweigh the positive times. And how many times has Spirit had to tell you that it's time for you to let this go? Focus on your happiness. Focus on your happiness. You two can still be soulmates and not be together in a relationship. You two can still be soulmates and continue to be the best of friends. But being in a romantic relationship with this person, calling this person a life partner, this just ain't it. This just ain't it. Now, if Spirit's been showing you signs, I want you to write it down in the chat. What signs have Spirit been showing you, pointing you in a direction? And which direction is that? I want you to write that down in the chat. Now, what is consequential about this? Both of y'all got to the point where y'all not even fighting for this no more. No one's fighting for this no more with this Knight of Wands in reverse. This has gotten to be so chaotic and so crazy that it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You keep trying to act like nothing's happening, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You know you're not happy. You haven't been happy for a long time.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying to see if it'll work out here, and I know that it's not.
You're so used to the cycle that is here. Y'all go back and forth. You want to leave because you unhappy. You threatening this person all the time. Next thing you know, here they come back, making a scene out on social media.
Oh my God, my Shayla. My Shayla.
Y'all doing this back and forth over and over again to the point to where both of you guys have become so desensitized to what is even happening here. It doesn't make any sense anymore. They going around telling anybody who will listen about how they want you back. How they ain't gonna do it again.
I just want my baby.
And the crazy part is, soon as you start giving them back the time of day, they be back on the same type of time.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
So do you understand how this is starting to settle and weigh in on your happiness and you being present in the moment, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? And remember, the energy can be inverted, but I'm telling the story from the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio perspective. Okay? And if we're being honest, this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they're sick of it too. They're sick of it too. The way that they just, but see, this is where we gotta fault them. They so loyal and faithful that they would rather continue to go in this relationship knowing that it's bad instead of walking away and letting it go.
Stupid.
If you're not gonna be in a relationship, why do you keep trying to maintain a relationship that you're not in? You're not present. Like, why do you keep on playing this game? Why keep pretending that you want to be somewhere that you don't? It's almost like being in a phone call with somebody. I don't know if y'all have ever done this before. I'm about to tell on myself. But have y'all ever been in a conversation with somebody before and they just be about whatever they about, right? And you just hang up on them and tell them that you hit a bad signal just because you want to get out the conversation? Similar to what needs to happen here. It's time for you to let it go. What is this trying to teach you? You keep trying to hold on to this, trying to avoid the inevitable from happening. It's time for this relationship to come to an end. You have been trying to avoid this crisis for so long that this doesn't make any sense to anybody, not even you, as to why you keep on holding on to it.
A few moments later.
You don't want to give up because you don't want it to feel like you can't keep a man or a woman. You don't want to give up because you feel like it looks better to your colleagues and your friends for you to be partnered in a relationship than to be healthy and happy and sound on your own.
What the this cannot be.
And the question is, why are you predicating other people's versions of happiness and success for you than based on your own metrics? Why are you so worried about what other people are going to say and think that you would rather stay on this path of destruction than to let go and to allow your heart to heal and to recover from this toxic, traumatic situation and move on with your life? Who told you that you can't ever find love and happiness? Who told you that? What made you feel like it? Is it because you're older now? You know, young people have a reason to think that once you get over 30, your life stops. No, baby, your life just starts at 30. It gets even better at 40. It gets even better at 50. The older you get, the better your life gets because you're not bound to these things that we're talking about. But for some reason, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you have just stopped fighting for your peace. And the question is, why are you so bound to this person? If you could sum up the lesson that you believe the spirit is trying to show you right now in your life, what would that be? I want you to write that down in the chat. What would that be? It's time for you to release this. It's time for you to let it go. It's time for you to let it go. It's time for you to put yourself in a position of where it's ready for you to be, you're ready to be happy. You keep chasing this fairy tale, this fantasy of perfection. Spirit said you way too comfortable with internal chaos. What you're chasing on the outside is coming from inside of you. And it's time that you let it go. And it's time that you feel good about choosing you first. You've been way too comfortable with staying in this place and in this space out of fear.
Down.
And the fear that is here is causing you heavy emotions and mental stress. You've been living in a fog all this time, dealing with this person, knowing they ain't who they say they are, doing what they say they doing. But yet and still, you keep moving forward. And the question is, why? What do you need to do to heal? Two cards just fell out on the floor. It was the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. You got to recognize that this is a burden for you. This is not a pleasurable experience for you. Spirit is showing you what you need to do is recognize and accept that this is a heavy endeavor for you. This is a heavy lift for you. And why is this a heavy lift? Because this is not progressing the way that you thought it was going to progress. You've been stuck in limbo. You've been stuck in unclear feelings and emotions. But you keep chasing perfection, thinking that this person is going to offer you something that they ain't going to never offer you. It ain't coming. Don't you see? This person ain't going to never change. Why can't you accept it? This person may be a good person in bed. They may even be a good provider. But when it comes to faithfulness and loyalty, they don't even offer you that. Instead, they continue to give you more of what you've already got. So what do you need to do? If you know that you've been disappointed with the results, I want you to put a black heart in the chat. We're not talking about whether or not you love this person or not, if you in love with this person or not. If you have been disappointed with the results of what this relationship has offered you, I want you to put a black heart in the chat. Now listen. Listen. What you need to do? Baby, it's time for you to make some real plans here to prepare yourself to move on. And I feel like you're going to do something so different with this Three of Wands, it feels like this is about your happiness. This is about you transforming into who you're supposed to become. And you can't do that as long as you stay here. The reality is, you've wasted a whole lot of time already chasing a waterfall when this ain't even a stream. It's time for you to leave this life behind. It's time for you to move forward in your life and to find your happiness. Find your peace. Find those things that give you joy and laughter. Instead of settling for the sadness and the depression and the distress. True love comes from within you. True love comes from within you. As they say, it's better to give than receive. But if you have that true love within you, you're able to give it to others, then you're able to receive it. But you're not receiving it because you're operating from a closed heart perspective. You're coming from those lower vibrations that we talked about in the beginning of this reading. You're operating in hell, living in hell, attracting even more hell, and expecting to get to heaven. You can't. You bogged down in stress. We have this at the bottom of the deck, but remember that card I put there, so I'm not going to take that. This situation been dead for a while. But instead, you tried to hold on and fight for a relationship and fight for a love that ain't fighting for you.
Denied.
This person would rather break your heart and incite more insecurity than they would to rather build you up and help you trust them. It's one-sided and they are detached for a reason. But instead, you keep on holding on to it, and the question is why? What's over here that's so great that you can't move on? What is so great that you can't move on? Is it the fantasy of being in a relationship for somebody for all this time? Okay, it's been 10 years. But if it ain't been 10 good years, what has it been?
2,000 years later.
It's been like dog years. You done aged, lost your hair, lost your edges, face puffing up from all the cortisone levels through the roof. Every time you go to work, you look like you ain't slept, looking like a raccoon coming in with dark circles under your eyes. You stressed. Stressed. You have an indigestion. You're gassy, you bloated. And you still haven't noticed that this coincides with every time y'all have an argument or a blow up. You see how this stress is manifested in your body? And this person is just living their life. They really don't, it's not affecting them like it's affecting you. It is not affecting them like it's affecting you. But you keep on holding on, thinking that something gonna change. And the question is, what do you want to have changed? What do you think is going to change? What is it that you think is gonna change? Justice. Let me tell you something. The truth is going to come out. They going to get caught up. They going to fall on their own sword. They always do. What did I say in the beginning of this reading? The truth don't need no proof. It's three things that's going to always come out. The sun, the moon, and the truth. And whatever this person's been telling you, whatever lies, because we already know that they've been lying, the truth is about to become exposed. They've been entertaining third parties. I mean, it's the obvious, but you didn't have no proof, but now you got proof. Because the truth don't need no proof.
I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
They're being exposed. The truth is coming out. You're going to be able to compare their fruit with their labor. Are your words and are your deeds lining up? Is everything that you've been saying and doing checking out? Or is every time you try to process something from this person, ain't nothing making a lick of sense? The only way you can come out of your brain fog is if you free yourself. Why do you keep waiting for this person to lie to you? Why do you keep on approaching them, asking them to tell you another lie? Where you been last night?
I want you to answer my question.
What do you want them to say? What do you really want them to say? Of course they gonna deny whatever you talking about.
Accusation. False accusation.
Of course they're not gonna tell you the truth. Who's gonna openly admit that they was somewhere that they wasn't supposed to be? Who's gonna openly admit that they was doing something they ain't supposed to be doing? Especially if they know they're supposed to be in a relationship with you. Why you keep waiting for this person to lie to you? You'd rather believe the lie than to believe the truth. And for that, you got to play a part in owning this too, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio.
Ain't many women's allow their husbands hoe to lay up in their house.
This person's dishonesty, their lack of integrity, their lack of willingness, their lack of truth, their lack of vision, their lack of desire, all of that is starting to come out. All of that is starting to come out. You've been getting all the notices all this time. It's almost like a bill that you just refuse to pay. You know how they keep on sending you statement after statement after statement with the due date, and you just keep on ignoring it? And then all of a sudden your stuff cut off and you try to play dumb. Why my phone cut off? You know why your phone cut off. Them people been telling you for the last 2 weeks to pay your bill. But instead, you'd rather go down to the Cancun than you would to pay your phone bill. Now you embarrassed because every time somebody want to call you.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
The same thing is here. The same thing is here. This person has been showing and telling you all this time what they got going on. You just don't want to believe it. It's time for you to disconnect.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
That's what Spirit is calling you into doing. It's time for you to leave this alone. It's time for you to control, alt, delete. Let go. Your happiness is at peace. I don't even know why you even entertaining this person at this point. Because all they're going to do is put on the same old show to fight for a love that they don't even want.
What more do you want from me?
You need to know who they are. You see it. Why don't you believe it?
Clown.
Why don't you believe it? If you know this person being a straight clown, I want you to go ahead and put the clown emoji in the chat. But here's the thing. You can't deject them without owning the fact that you've been part of the circus yourself. You've allowed it. This is about your happiness. This is about your wish fulfillment. This is about your dreams coming true. This is about you. Knowing who you are and what you have to offer. They always say one man's trash is another man's treasure. But you don't even recognize that about yourself because you're so used to losing that you forgot what it feels like to win.
Damn!
You so accustomed to being mistreated and disrespected that you forgot what it feels like to be honored and to be cherished and to be loved and to be cared for and to be nurtured and to be provided for and to be faithful to and to be loyal to.
Bumbleclot!
This ain't the only person that you're gonna ever love in life. This ain't the only person that you can ever meet, that you can find these types of connections with.
But what the hell, boy?
But for some reason, you are just stuck, fixated on a love that is hurtful and disrespectful and demeaning, belittling, condescending, domineering. It's not advantageous for you to be here.
Bruh.
You put all your eggs in this one basket waiting for this person to love you the right way. Only to find out the basket got a big old hole in it. The bottom ain't secure. Everything that they told you was a big fat lie.
All a bunch of bullshit.
They wanted you until they had to do what was required to keep you. And now that they can't keep you, why do you keep on staying there?
What the fuck was that?
You keep looking to this person to make you happy. They're never going to make you happy. They're never going to make you happy. You might as well give that up. Aww. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's never going to grow. It's never going to evolve. It's never going to mature. It's never going to become anything. And that's the truth that you got to accept right now on your journey. This is never going to become or evolve more than what it is. I hate to tell you that. I don't want to say that. But Spirit is saying that. That's what we've been talking about this whole reading. How more loud can the message get? It's time for you to free yourself. It's time for you to put down your burdens with this. This has weighed you down for far too long. This has caused you grief. This has caused you anxiety. This has caused you depression, heavy mental distress. You've been tolerating all of this abuse for so long that you don't forgot what it feels like to be happy. Don't you know it's a reason why this situation never progressed? Don't you know it's a reason why Spirit didn't allow this to become more than what it is?
Get that garbage out of here!
Spirit knew and still knows that this person's goal in life was never to take you serious. They were going to always play in your face. Spirit heard the thoughts that they had. Spirit saw the feelings that they had. Spirit knew that they weren't able to be faithful and loyal and be trustworthy and sincere. When we really look at the quality of their heart, they don't even like you.
I don't like you. I don't like you at all.
They settling for you just like you settling for them. Because you've mistaken frequency for quality. You've mistaken frequency for consistency. You've mistaken the duration of time as longevity.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And it's time for you to wake up and realize that this ain't what you thought it was. And it's okay. We have all been a fool in love before. We have all settled and compromised in relationships and situations with people in the past that did not have our best interests at heart. I know it don't make you feel good, knowing that you've allowed this to happen. But now that you understand that you have allowed this to happen, what are you going to do to change the situation?
Makes me like sick to my stomach.
What are you going to do? Because at the end of the day, the more that you stay here, the more you allow this person to continue to betray your trust. And then the question really becomes, are they betraying you? Or are they just being themselves? Who's betraying who?
Oh my God.
You got to show up for yourself, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You got to show up for yourself. So the question then becomes, what path do you take? What path do you take? Do you continue to subject yourself to this brutal, heartless, loveless, conniving, deceitful relationship? Just to say you got a man? Or do you put your foot down and trust that what is for you is going to be for you? And it's going to show up for you, and it's going to be just right. Not perfect, but just right. That is going to offer you love, adoration, emotional, mental, physical support. You get to choose. The question is, what choice do you make in this?
No.
Because it feels like you're being very resistant to recognizing who you are and what you offer, what you bring, the light. You're underestimating and devalue your own light, your own power, potential. Period. You've been dim for so long, you forgot what it looked like to glow. And if you be honest with yourself, you know darn well you don't belong here.
She doesn't even go here.
Now, I know that's been harsh and difficult to digest. But if you're ready to figure out how this story ends and what the energy says with the potential final outcome, I want you to put the paper, pen, and notebook emojis, in the chat, because it's time for us to get ready to get out of this business. But while you think about that, what is one thing that you can do today that will allow you or enable you to step into your most authentic and empowered version of yourself? What's that one thing that you can do today? Let's find out. Here we go. Now, as we get out of this business and shift to the potential final outcome, I do say potential because nobody can predict free will. Okay? Nobody can. But the first thing I want to say is for you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, I want you to release that feeling of not being able to do better. It feels like you're afraid to let go. And the question is why? Why? If we're being honest, they've been logged off. They've been said, "Ooh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere." Why are you still holding on? What is so compelling that you still here holding on? Why you keep trying to convince yourself that things are going to improve when they're not?
Stop it. What?
I mean, can we just tell the truth and shame the devil? All right, so potential final outcome. What is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio gonna do? Well, first, here go your happiness. Here go your celebration. Here go your joy. Okay? You about to move on. Don't underestimate the power of your friendships at this time. Your true friends, not the ones that's sitting around judging you for being a fool in love as if they ain't never been a fool in love. But your true friends, the people who have been here supporting you this whole time, not the ones that's giving you the side eye at brunch. Not them friends. But the friends that have been supporting you and been encouraging you this whole time. The friends who actually wish you well. The friends who saw that this person was never who they said they was all them times and days and nights that you was over here having a breakdown, having a meltdown because they said they don't want to be with you no more. Once you start leaving this person alone, you're going to start seeing your world moving in a positive direction. I don't think that you're going to be single for long, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For those of you who are worried about being a single parent or having somebody to accept you with your kids, this person that's coming into your life is going to come in and be everything that this person was not.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Tell this mofo to keep their crocodile tears to themselves.
Ass hat.
At this point, you've done everything that you can do. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You've done everything that you could possibly do to keep the integrity of this relationship alive, and it came at your expense. So now that you finally have gotten the strength to leave, be proud of yourself and move on.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
You deserve it. Ooh, got you all in check. You are releasing yourself from this unhealthy detachment. You are no longer caring. You are letting it go. You're just like, you know what? What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Who gonna check me, boo?
You thought all this time I was going to be losing something if I left you. Baby, I was winning the day I said goodbye. I've been winning. You forgot what it feels like to be loved, appreciated, adored, and admired because you've been so used to being put down, gaslit, made to feel inferior or inadequate. Now you got somebody who look thoroughly forward to being with you in intimate settings. They can't wait to run home and to see you and to kiss your face. They can't wait to smell your perfume. They can't wait to lick all on the crease of your neck. Yahoo! They can't wait because they love everything about you. But this other person, they was just dealing with you because they had to. It was almost like you needed to let go in order for them to let go too. And the question is, why did you need their permission to walk away? were you really seeking? Whose approval did you really feel like you needed? As the governing body with agency over your life, you don't need anybody's permission to be happy. Matter of fact, you are responsible for your own happiness. Why do we so ever put so much pressure on other people to quote unquote make us happy? If you ain't happy by yourself, how are they supposed to be able to contribute to your happiness?
Who gives a shit?
If you don't know what it looks like to be happy and to feel happiness on your own, you need to go somewhere and sign up for some therapy, sign up for some counseling, read some self-help books, and educate yourself on healthy behaviors. Because you're putting responsibility and ownership on other people that it don't belong to. That is a you problem.
The ghetto!
Now that's a truth you don't want to hear. And you're finally going to learn what that looks like once you leave this mofo alone. You're going to understand what it feels like to give your hopes and aspirations up. Knowing and feeling that your prayers are being answered, that you're being guided and you're being protected. But it all comes from when you let go of this unhealthy, toxic relationship. And that's what Spirit has been saying this whole time, this whole reading. You keep looking for the idea scenario of perfection. It's not coming. It's never going to be the most opportune time for anything.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
But you keep holding on to it. Waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Release that fear of what other people are going to say, think, and do. Release it. You scared somebody gonna say something? You scared somebody gonna think something? Who are they? You worry about your mama and them? I mean, like, who are you waiting for? All of this is based on you. You'd rather suffer in silence than be happy out loud. Make it make sense. Once you get to your level of happy that you are allowed to have, that God created us on this, I don't believe God created us to suffer. I don't. But once you get light, you get free, you will start to see what joy feels like. Your laugh is going to be so bright, so wide, so loud. And I want that for you. Because you have allowed somebody to break you down for so doggone long that you forgot what that joy feels like. You have been slowly dying on the inside all this time. You forgot what it feels like to be attracted to somebody and to feel attractive to somebody.
Little butterfly in my stomach and vagina.
You forgot what that feeling looks like. You forgot what it feels like. It's time for you to release these things that are no longer serving you. If this person want to be out here for the streets, let them be out here for the streets. Let them run up their credit card bill because we know they ain't got no money, trying to go to the Holiday Inn.
Bombocado!
Let them do what they gonna do. If they want to put their life at risk all the time, chasing some punanis, let them do it. Let them do it. Karma gonna deal with them the way that it's gonna deal with them. You can't outrun karma. It may come now, it may come later. It's like the IRS.
Hey, Stu, your rent's due, motherfucker!
This is about you healing. And being healed enough to the point where you no longer allow them to get through to you. You ain't got to go change your number. You block, delete, and remove them from your life. Just because they call don't mean you got to answer. Just because they come don't mean you got to answer. You can be pleasurable. Hey, how you doing? It was good seeing you. All right, I'll see you soon. You don't have to accept every invitation to engage. Sometimes that's more disruptive than it is healing. Sometimes the test is passing the test just to say I ain't available.
Huh.
I love you, but I ain't going there with you today. I don't care who you got to tell that to. Sometimes when my mama be starting with that nonsense and I hear it coming, I be like, okay.
Got it. What?
When it start escalating, all right, mama, look. All right, mama, I love you, but I ain't going there with you today. I got to talk to you later. I got to go. All right, love you. Talk to you later, girl. Yeah, bye-bye. You control that. You ain't got to stay there. Just because they sent for you don't mean you got to come.
I'm on my way.
You can decline an invitation to participate. This goes back to integrating your wisdom with your knowledge. You know some of these people be fake, phony, and frauds. You know a scammer when you see one.
You are a scammer.
And you know that this person is straight that. They just that. They don't mean anything that they saying. We already know they a liar. They get a rise out of you being mad. They get a rise out of you doing what you doing, acting a fool. The clarifying life situation for today is refresh ideas. Stay open-minded, inviting new perspectives to enrich your journey and spark creative solution, which is everything that we've been talking about. If you feel like it's time for you to have a fresh and new perspective, I want you to put the target emoji in the chat. The target emoji in the chat. What is the soul truth for today? Where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that is written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Your soul action for today is to share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for hearing others. Use your story as a testimony. Sometimes we hold on to our past because we're ashamed, we're embarrassed, we feel humiliated. And the reality is you could be blessing somebody else by showing them the ropes of what you've been through. Sometimes other people do learn from your wrongs, but it's not your job to live for them either. Release. We talked about that early on. This is about you releasing, letting go, putting down those heavy ass bags that you've been carrying. Let it go. The more you release those things that are no longer serving you, the clearer the picture becomes. I said it once during this reading. I'm going to say it now. You probably need therapy. You likely need counseling. And I'm not saying that from a place of judgment at all. I'm saying that from a factual space. You've been through a lot of damaging heartbreak with this person. You've been through it with this person. And the only way to prove that you're able to survive is to talk about it and get it out of your system so that you can attract more love, beauty, and bountifulness into your life. Okay, that person want to keep coming back and spinning the block.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
You wanted to be delivered? You wanted to be redeemed? You wanted to be removed? Well, it happened.
God did.
Let that glass break. Stop trying to keep it from breaking. Let it crumble. Let it shatter. Let that cookie crumble how it needs to crumble. Stop holding on to it. It's almost like, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? Let this door close. Let it slam shut. And who cares if they come back? Who cares if they come back? Who cares if they want to come knocking at the door? What did Monica say? Knock, knock, knock. Stop knocking. I don't want you calling me no more. That's how that works. Ring, ring, ring. Let the phone stop. I don't want you calling me no more. Something like that. I don't know what she say. SZA. This is about you getting your passion back, your zest for life. Be strong like SZA. Have your passion. Get your zest back. Get your will back. Get your glow back. Stop letting this person run you at raggedy, doing you in, frying you in a pan like scrambled eggs. That ain't what you here for. Don't let people abuse you, and you stop tolerating abuse. That is not okay. Spirit is trying to bring you to an ending of this cycle so that he can take you to a new beginning. But you can't evolve and grow if you don't let go because of a lack of trust. Soon as you let go of this person, you're going to find another soulmate. Now, you can ask me why. We already pulled the card that talks about the soulmate. But this ain't the person for you. Never has been, never will be. They were seasonal. They was not a lifetime person, and it's time for you to break that contract. I open new doors to life. I open new doors to life. I rejoice in what I have, and I know that fresh new experiences are always ahead. I greet the new with open arms. I trust life to be wonderful. This is seriously a summation of what we've been talking about all today. Your happiness is predicated upon your willingness to let go. It's time for you to let it go. It's time for you to stop fighting it. Stop resisting it. Spirit. What is some shadow work that Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces needs to work on during this time? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What is some shadow work that they need to work on right now during this time? Suppression. Express. Don't suppress. Authenticity is freeing. This is about you overcoming restraint, repression, and censorship. Didn't I tell you that you might need to get a therapist so that you can talk to somebody about this? If you heard me say, not even too long ago, but the card about where you need to use your voice and telling somebody. If you heard me talk about the release that's cathartic, that we've been talking about this whole entire reading. If you don't believe me, you can go back and watch the playback on YouTube. But we've been talking about this whole time. If you heard it, put your ear in the chat. What shadow work should Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn be working on during this time? Insecurity. Your worth is intrinsic and unchanging. This is about you overcoming doubts, uncertainty, and anxiety. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn didn't feel like they were good enough, which is their cross to carry per se. That's their burden. Another person can't fix your insecure self-esteem. Another person can't do that. But somebody told them in order for them to feel like a man or a woman, they got to do X, Y, and Z. And somebody gave them misguidance. Somebody ill-advised them. What is the overall shadow plaguing this relationship? What is the overall shadow plaguing this relationship? Crystal ball, intuition, clairvoyance, and focus. You have been ignoring all the signs. You have been ignoring all the signs. Ignoring all the signs. Out of focus. You've been feeling it's time to move on, but you won't. And you haven't. That's why the message is coming through telling you it's time to leave this alone. It's time to walk away. It's time for you to walk away. It's time for you to leave this alone. Ain't nothing good gonna come from this. So let me know, how does this outcome align with what you were expecting? Does this outcome bring you relief, excitement, hesitation? Are you afraid? Like, what are you thinking and what are you feeling? Most importantly, if you could rewrite this outcome, what would it look like for you? Ain't nobody judging you. Ain't nobody judging you. This is a community full of support. Nobody's ever judging you. But I do want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Pisces Tarot Experience. If you've enjoyed this reading, don't forget to subscribe and become a part of my growing community. You can always find me on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer. Okay? Make sure that you subscribe. All right? Even more engaging content is coming your way. So make sure that you keep an eye out for it. Remember, this reading is here for you whenever you may need a little bit of guidance. So feel free to save it and replay it at any point in time. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So drop a comment in the section below and let me know what resonated with you. And if you have enjoyed today's session, go ahead and show me some love by hitting that thumbs up. Okay? If you would like to do a personal reading with me, I am currently booking at PiscesTarot.com, PiscesTarot.com. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I will never reach out to you to solicit a reading. Okay, so if somebody is using my name, image, and likeness, please know that they are a fake, phony, and a fraud. Okay? You can book with me. I would never book with you. That's how that works. All right? I would like to give a huge thank you to everyone who joined the conversation today, and a warm thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you to all the people who have gifted me not only your time, your talent, but your treasure. And this is important to note. Everyone is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So remember to be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as you are yourself. How people treat you isn't your business, but how you respond is. So make sure that you leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.